totally different about you.
Yeah.
So it's the recovery period, guys. You need to, it'll help you. Get out there all over the country. Go to looking at your property. Now's the time to see, and you'll see those sheds. And Mike, it'll tell them about those. Of course, that buck you killed, he ain't making it, but he's out of the gene pool. But you'll be able to see them bucks on your camera that didn't make it.
Yeah.
In fact, that last buck you killed, we were up there. What was that? When Ken came in, we gave Big Ken out of North Alabama won the hunt in the club, and he came down and was it one of the bucks you killed? He saw.
No. I'm going to tell you what. Now, Ken, he was very selective. I'll be honest with you. If that would have been me, that would have been hunting on a trip like that.
You'd have popped a cat, wouldn't you?
I grunted in that deer, and I was sort of, patting myself on the back when I saw that thing coming in.
Real quick, tell them, because we talk about this, during the course of the year leading up to now we're talking about, this is Peak of the Rut down in Alabama here. This season, Ken won the hunt from North Alabama for the club hunt, and Ken came in and tell him what you did.
Well, we got up, we were running a little bit late. We went ahead and laid a scent trail down, and all we used was a dominant buck, the bad boy buck. Laid it down, going into our stand. Ken got up in the stand, and I went ahead and made the trail on out and turned around and came back.
Ken's gun, he's hunting with a rifle now.
Yeah, he's hunting with a rifle.
Tell him where you were.
I was directly under him.
On the ground?
On the ground, just sitting on the ground.
Just got to get it. Mike's on the ground, Ken's in the tree.
Straight above me. I have to do just like that to look at Ken. So, and I had a grunt, and I was using a grunt throughout the morning. I probably had grunted several times, and probably for about a good hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and I heard Ken go, Mike, and I looked, and he just did like that, and a nice 8-point was coming through the woods. It came out in the road and hit the scent trail, and came walking right down that scent trail, and I just knew Ken any second.
How close was he to you?
Well, when he finally stopped walking, he wasn't 10 or 12 yards tops.
Mike's on the ground.
And I'm on the ground looking at him thinking, and I've heard these stories how a deer will go after somebody, and there is dominant buck scent all around us. I mean, I had poured it all, everywhere. And he sits there and starts pawing the ground out and looks, and he grunts towards us, looking at us. And I'm thinking, how come Ken's not shooting this deer? He was a nice 8-point.
Listen, it happened in Texas, guys. You can do exactly what Mike just said. Hey, we've got him on film. He was a national sales manager for Tinks at the time, and he never shot a buck. And we were behind him, like the camera guy's behind me. I'm rattling. He's sitting here. Jim is sitting here. The buck comes around, and he comes up as close from here to the camera to us, and the buck is standing there. I never stop. I'm still rattling. The camera guy's doing it, and I'm telling him, shoot. And I'm behind his ear telling him, he's got the rifle on the deer. The deer's close 4 foot to us. And he's doing just like you're saying. Mm-hmm. He's so intent, and me never stop. And he sees it, but he's so pumped up when that buck earring out there, and those horns, dude, he ain't paying us a bit of attention. Mm-hmm. And the guy, we finally told him he never pulled the trigger on the guy. Pulled the trigger, and he was using Terry Rome's 25-06, and it jammed. It didn't jam. It hit the primer, didn't go off. I mean, you couldn't make that up. And when we got through, we popped it out, and I think it was a Winchester. And we said, "Damn, that's a Winchester." Of course, they didn't like that because we told them who it was. But Jim was beside himself when we got back and showed it inside the camp house. People were amazed. That deer was in reaching distance. But just like Mike is saying, he's so pumped up. It's the reason we tell you guys, buck earring starts good, boy, it gets better the later in the season. Sure. Well, look, folks, we'll be right back. We're glad to see it. We're fixing to take. Can we go ahead and go some questions? We do? All right. Big Mike, what's our first question there?
Portland out, let's see.
Paul Stillman.
Hi, Don. I've heard you guys say, get high, get still, referring to tree stands. My stands are between 25 to 30 feet high. That is getting high.
That's on up there.
I am 70 years old.
That's on up there too.
Ooh. I tell you what, I'm 50 and I could care less about getting higher than 10 feet.
I'll tell you a story about it, and I hope it's not the same guy. But he's saying he's 70 years old.
And hunt deer through all the seasons. My family is getting concerned about the heights I'm climbing.
Now, Paul, I wonder why that'd be.
What would you say is the average minimum height hunters can go and still be successful? My stands are always camoed with natural brush from nearby surroundings. Being seen is not an issue. I can believe that.
Now, Big Paul, now listen, I'm not making this stuff up. Did you hear what we just told you? He was on the ground.
Yeah.
Now, you're in New Jersey. Well, now, Paul, I'll tell the story because I know it's not you. You're in New Jersey. South Carolina, I'm doing a seminar, eating dinner with a man, him and his wife, and he said, Don, same scenario, about 70 years old, he might have been a little older. He was going 30, 40 foot up in the air like that, and he was in pine trees. And he planted like Sederos just like you would in Texas, just straight, narrow. Yeah. And he said, man, he said he was sitting up there one day, and his wife, she said, he's crazy, Don. I said, man, why you wanting to get up 40 foot in a tree? He said, I can see a long ways. I said, how old are you? I said, you old enough not to get 40 foot up in a tree. He said he was sitting there, and he said all of a sudden he's just looking around, and all of a sudden something hit him from the back of the head. Bam! Took his hat off and knocked him down like that. And he was watching his hat go down, and he looked up, and there was a big old hawk that flew out there and stopped, crossed over, and looked at him. And he reached up there like that and felt his head and knew it. Did like that, and he got blood. He thought that head, it was a squirrel. He went boom, he took his hat off and got blood, and he looked at it and got blood and looked at the thing and then shot the sucker out of the tree. I said, dude, you're up there in the sky with them. 30, 40 foot, you ain't got to do that. Paul, short answer to your question is you do not have to get high. The average height of somebody off the ground is what, 10, 12 feet?
Yeah.
Just getting cover. You haven't got to get high. I mean, all you want to be concealed. Just had one try to run over him on the ground. I got guys, and I've done it. I've dug holes, gun hunting, and getting holes on trails because I couldn't get above the limbs and stuff, cover. I just got down low where I could see, and I got me a hole.
And you know, that's sort of like what I've started doing whenever I make move stands and stuff. I can actually see better, and I'm sure that the terrain may be different, but I can actually see better by not getting as high up.
That's right.
Because you can see actually down through the woods much better.
Just get where you got covered, and you can see, and you're covered.
I know a lot of people think, you know, the higher up I get, I'm going to be up over them, and it's going to help on the scent.
Right.
I'm just not too much of a believer.
No, look,
on
I mean,
that.
look, guys, predators, coyotes, you know, that kind of stuff. They don't climb trees, and they're killing the fool out of them little fawns.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, we sometimes we overthink it, but Paul, don't be scared at all to hunt off the ground. And certainly, you know, 10, 12 foot of cover height is God's plan. Just get to cover where you feel comfortable.
Be safe too.
Be safe.
Yeah.
Just get to cover. Guys, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. It's Thursday night, Mike. Be right back.
Rise. It's time to hunt. Repel and kill the bugs that bug you most with the all-natural 100% deep-free BioShield.
You've waited your whole life for this moment. Don't spoil your opportunity because of poor preparation. Keep your optics clean and fog-free for a clear shot every time. Fog Zero.
Introducing Scent Defense, a revolutionary 3-in-1 formula from Top Secret. Infused with antimicrobial silver copper synergy technology to attack odor before it starts. fortified with NeuroX to attack and repel insects instantly. Scent Defense is specifically formulated to attract deer while simultaneously destroying odor. Scent Defense, the 3-in-1 formula for success.
Folks, you may hear it outside. It's raining outside. In fact, it sounds like it's storming, don't it? We're a little tender if you've been watching the news past couple of weeks. Pensacola's been hit pretty good with tornadoes.
Yeah.
And so we're a little tender right now. So we're paying attention to the rain outside. All right, let's see, guys. I think do we have a caller on coming up?
There you go.
How you like that, man? Alrighty, got Don Bell on the phone. Big Mike, who we got? Hello? Hello? All right, let's see if we got you. You want me to hit it again? All right, you got... Can you hear us? All right, I guess we'll have to call them back. Hey folks, we're live. All right, let's go to another quick answer when we get them back on the phone there. I know they were on there because I could hear the kids in the background. They didn't know they were on the show tonight, did they? I'm talking about the kids. All right, Big Randy Rollins from Norma,
Illinois.
All right, Big Randy wants to know how do you what?
How do you try to evacuate deer in your food plot?
Evacuate deer in your food plot
when trying to get down
from your stand.
I think not spook them very much.
There you go. Big Randy wants to know how not to scare run their butt off when you're coming down. Well, you sit up there all night. You can sit up there all night sometimes, or you're gonna come down. And you can hit a limb, do something, and as long as they think it's something, just get them out of the field.
If you got a way to make if you can set back off the green field a pretty good ways, and
it depends on if you're in a shooting house, if you hit, or where you are.
Yeah, I've got a buddy of mine. Actually, he's our neighbor, Rob Brannon, and on all his green fields, he shoots out of a box stand, out of a shooting house, and he puts up, like a tarp and plywood or tin or something, and he just drives straight in behind it and walks up in the stand, gets in the stand,
sort of like
and
Nail's Palace,
just like it, and the deer never know he's there. Gets down and leaves, and the deer never know he ever left.
Yeah. I've done that. I've hunted and had deer in a bow hunting or can't get out for whatever reason. But that, if you like Mike's saying, if it's a permanent stand, think about that. Of course, you're always hunting the wind, so that's just approach how you depends on the wind and stuff. But sometimes you just have to run them out. And if it's after dark when you leave, and you can do that from just limbs or anything, as long as they're just not understanding there's a human predator. Anything like that's gonna make them run kind of jot. They can throw the tail up and just kind of trot out of the field, and the does will do that, and everything else will follow suit. You just don't want to hear whoo, and going out the field. So, but yeah, you guys just don't try to spook them bad. The tail up and just kind of prancing out, that's okay.
Yeah, they sort of get used to that.
Now, we're assuming he's coming out at dark.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's in the daytime, you just about got to wait them out to let them get on out of the field, or run the risk of educating them at that point. We got time for a couple more? All righty, mighty fine. All right, Big Mike, let's see who we got there. Chris Mullane from Plain, Wisconsin.
What does it mean when a tree is rubbed all the way around it? That means a good sign.
Yep. This past weekend, there in Wilcox County, we're looking down the foot of the hill. We told you we were shooting pistols. And looked down there, and there was 3 trees about 20 yards apart and probably 50, 60 yards from them. It was in an open field, and you could see them suckers hit just as pretty and white, just like that. Polished. And now, in fact, now that Chris said that, we had went down. We were shooting pistols and we're shooting rifles, so we had to go down and buy it on the 4-wheeler and came up. And then on the back side of it, it wasn't as polished, but he's just hitting it. I mean, You know, to answer your question, Chris, it doesn't mean anything directional or something. He's just working it. You know,
Sounds like he's working it pretty good.
yeah, oh, well, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if he's working it, it doesn't mean anything other than he's just working it, and he's working it all the way around. Depends on how big a tree it is and stuff with it, but these trees were, you know, and it's about like that. Two of them were little pine saplings, maybe head high, but you know, had a base on it. But he hit it. I mean, it was a foot and a half up, but enough at 50, 60 yards you could see it. Of course, there's nothing between us and it, but still, not bad. All right, I believe we got somebody back on the phone here. Let's see if twice is the charm here. All righty, you got Don Bell and Mike Burklow. Who we got?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Can you hear it?
How you doing?
Man, we're doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
What kind of question you got for us tonight?
Well, I was wondering, what's the best cover scent to use during early season when it's still hot outside?
Well, I tell you what. Let's see here. Is this Brandon?
Yes, sir. I can barely hear you.
Brandon, can you hear us now?
Yes, sir.
Brandon, where's Taft, Alabama?
Y'all are where?
Yeah, where is that at? What county?
Oh, I'm in Montgomery County.
Montgomery County. Where do you live? How far out of Montgomery do you live?
I live pretty close to Montgomery, kind of in Wall, Mountain X.
Because Mike and I, we both live in Wilcox County. Montgomery's got some good deer over there now.
Yeah.
Are you south of the river?
Yes, sir.
You south of Montgomery?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's good part of the world to kill some good deer in.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, guess what, Mike? What does he need?
The best thing he can get is scent defense, without a doubt.
Can you hear Mike?
A little bit.
You may get a little closer, Mike. To
The best thing you can get is scent defense.
We have a product called Scent Defense. It's 3-in-1. In fact, can you see the screen there, Brandon?
Sir?
Can you see the screen? Can you see us?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you can go back after the show and watch this, and I'm showing you on camera which one. It's called Top Secret Scent Defense 3-in-1. And our product is totally different than everybody else's because ours,
It repels insects.
it's 3-in-1, kills human odor, kills insects, and attracts. And and we have it in the spray, we have it in the body wash, and we have it in the laundry detergent. But Brandon, we're the only ones with what's called 3-in-1. We just introduced it last year, and it's an elevation of the category because everybody else's, all they do is kill odor. Ours kills your odor, but it repels ticks, mosquitoes, chiggers, black flies, and even no-see-ums. And everybody listening up north,
Deer like the scent.
yes, sir, and it attracts deer. And so that's the reason we call it 3-in-1, and we're the only ones in the country with it. And guys up here in the north, Big Brandon hunts down here in Alabama, and open day of bow season, dude, you're fighting mosquitoes like everybody else. But we talk, and ours not only kills human odor, but it also repels. Plus, it's an attractant. It's called Scent Defense 3-in-1.
Okay.
But yeah, get you some this year, and you bow hunt, obviously.
Yes, sir. You want to send me a picture of what it looks like on Facebook?
Yeah, guys, can you grab that, Tom or anybody back there? Can we tell us? Yeah, we can put it on Facebook for you. Yeah, you mean our Facebook?
I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll post it on our Facebook, and you'll be able to see it. And you can get it in Montgomery. There, you can get it from any of the sporting goods stores, or you can always get it online at topsecretdeerscent.com.
Yes, sir.
How about that?
You have a good night.
All right, Brandon. Thank you for calling in. Tell everybody about Top Secret.
Yes, sir. I still will.
All right, we'll talk to you next time. Thanks, Brandon. Bye-bye. All right, Big Brandon in Alabama, we're going to take us a couple quick more questions here, Big Mike. What we got? I think we're on...
Ross Tucker, is that where we're?
Yeah, look where he's from.
Hanover, Kansas.
Dude, Ross, you need to adopt us. All right. What's his question?
What should I be doing now to improve my deer habitat before spring?
Before spring? Well,
Well,
I'm assuming that I'm assuming what he's asking is how can I start working on my habitat prior to season coming in this coming year? During the spring, how can I be doing that? I'm assuming that's what he's thinking.
right. And you know, right now in the springtime, of course, you got the leaves coming out, starting to bud and stuff, and I know you're aware of it. But during the springtime, that's when the deer, especially your bucks, but also your does, are pregnant right now, and so the best thing that can happen for them is being able to get the nourishment for does to produce the milk. And of course, for your bucks, you know, they're coming out of being hungry, low weight,
period.
and they're recovering. So one of the best things you can do actually is to get a chainsaw along your roads and stuff and start cutting, because whenever you start cutting, it creates that new growth
That browse.
for that browse. And you know, and if you're fortunate enough to have a rainy spring, that browse is going to grow real fast, and that'll bring those nutrients right to the leaves where you've cut and stuff. And that's really some of the best thing you can do.
And guys, on top of what Mike's saying, which is exactly right. I mean, you know, think about it. You know, you've been on a trip, you're outside working all day, you want to come in, you want something to eat. You want to get some rest. Well, these bucks have been running all during the peak of the rut, and they're run down, and you know they're dropping those horns and those antlers, excuse me, and they're needing to rebuild. That's the reason they call it the recovery period. Spring's that. So they're looking for food. If you can plant your food plots and stuff, get it out there with the feeders year round, all the better. But another thing that they can do, and it'll also not only help now, but it certainly will help. You need to do it now for fall. Is you can go along and take those little trees about that big around, and you can break them over.
Right.
And when you break them over, don't break them all the way in two, but it'll crack them over, but it still stay green. And what that'll do, those limbs will start going up, and fall it creates a like a bedding area, and you can get back off, you know, seeing distance of a field and create you little areas like that by just bending saplings over.
Right.
You know, I'm not talking about pine trees, but that wouldn't work down here, would it?
No,
They'd be ill on you on that.
Yeah.
But any of that kind of stuff, you can break over it, and it'll give you browse. Ben, of course, Mike knows Ben Lee when Ben was alive. That crazy rascal, Ben was a nut. Ben was a good boy, but he was a nut. And he said the best call in the world was a yellow crack corn call. And you got to feed the deer. And so browse, putting out there, and guys, a lot of people are doing it. The time to invest in your properties now.
Yeah.
And it gives you something to do. You're in the woods, you're finding those sheds.
Right.
You're seeing what deer's there. You're all that's, plus season's out. You got to start preparing for next year, and it's fun to do that. So Big Ross, tear it up, dog. And hey, listen, call us and you can adopt us, and we could be Don and Mike Tucker. That sounds got a good ring to it, dude. You call us whatever you want to, as long as you call us to Kansas.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. That's good area, boss.
From Don Bell, the founder of Code Blue, comes top reserve doe estrus, the finest doe estrus ever collected. Top secret oxygen-free collection process is a complete generation above Code Blue. Our patent-pending collection process means no ammonia and no ammonia smell. At a limited quantity of 12,000 bottles, only 0.1% of hunters will be lucky enough to add Top Secret to their arsenal. Visit TopSecretDeerScent.com today and join the 0.1% club.
That ought to be something right there. All right, folks, listen. Look behind you right there, the little logo. It is open enrollment for the 0.1% club. Can you believe that? Now, listen to me what that means, folks. It is time now to be able, Mike, the enrollment starts so they can start March 1, which is now, today's what?
Third.
So we're 3 days into it. Folks, you can go to the line. You can join the 1/10 of 1% club right now. You can hit the little button below us. And Mike, they can go to the club and you can join and do a 4-pay. Now the 4-pay's back, which means Mama, we ain't gonna tell Mama that you broke the card out. We won't tell nobody. You can break that card out and you can say, okay, I want to join the 1/10 of 1% club. It'll be over 4 payments, and you can say in there, Mike. They can say, "Hey, I want it November because we're going to be a Tucker. You know, we're going to Kansas,
that's right, yeah.
and we want it shipped into us 1st of October because we're going out there at the end of let's say about the first part of November." And so we can do that. So guys, you can hit that button right now, join the 1/10 of 1% club. You got all kind of perks in it. And listen, there's 12,000 bottles is back open for open enrollment. Sort of like season tickets at Alabama. And you know how hard, and I'm not saying to the nation that we won. Wait a minute. You're an Auburn man, aren't you?
No.
Huh? Are you an Alabama man?
I'm Florida State.
Florida State.
Florida State.
I went to Florida State, but listen, I'm not saying Alabama won another national championship. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
All right. But it's like that, folks. If you don't think it's hard to get open, I mean, the 50-yard season tickets at Alabama, dude, go try to get you one of them. Well, that's top secret. That's the reserve. And you got a chance tonight to do it. Open enrollment starts tonight. Get that 4-pay and decide when they're going to get it. Let's see here. Big time, we're going to go to Facebook. All righty. Big Mike, who we got?
Ted. Boschner. Can you explain your BioShield products? We'd be glad to.
Can we do that? Big
We'd
Mike,
be glad to.
Tear a hole in them.
Well, I'll tell you what. BioShield is 3 different products. It's a line of a laundry detergent, your laundry detergent, the field spray.
All right, we'll go right there. Can you guys see it in right there?
Your
Big
field
Ted
spray.
right there. He's going to tell you about top secret. BioShield.
Well, the BioShield, saying hold it back, Chief. We live. But the BioShield is all natural. It's DEET free, which is very important because it can be used on children. It can be used on your pets. It can be used over and over and over again. It's not going to be absorbed in the skin where you have to worry about it causing cancer.
It is BioShield, guys. It's BioShield. We have it in the spray, but what makes us, just like Mike's saying, it's 95% repellency rate, lasts 8 hours, 100% natural, no DEET, no permethrin, none of that kind of bad junk. And we're fixing to show you how bad that junk is.
Yeah.
But what makes us different, Ted, is that we also have it in what?
We got your body wash and shampoo.
What about it, big Chris?
Man, he's saying that's right.
I got it.
A+. All
right, so we got what now?
We got the body wash and shampoo, but not only that, we got it in the laundry detergent too.
And guys, we're the only ones anywhere that has it in a body wash and laundry detergent. And if you don't think it's the perfect storm for the Olympics, all of you guys have heard. Now, Mike, what virus is it called?
Do it now. I wasn't listening.
Well, you weren't listening. We're only lying, dude. It's called what kind of virus? It's out there right now.
Oh, the Zika virus.
Zika. They don't like.
Well, you put that southern twang on it. And
they don't like me to
couldn't
pronounce
understand
stuff.
what you said.
The Zika virus is everywhere.
Yeah.
Guys, it's February.
And that West Nile virus too.
It does.
I had a friend of mine that his son had West Nile virus, and he was down and out for 3 years.
That's West Nile.
And he saw us on Facebook with BioShield, and he went to pharmacy school with me, and he was just
it fits
saying hey and
needs.
really liked it. Yeah.
Guys, ours literally this virus right now. We're in Pensacola, Florida. Portland Outdoors is in Pensacola, and Florida's already declared a statewide emergency on it. This is February. Well, down March. Wait till it starts warming up. Down in Brazil, we didn't bring the paper in, but this past weekend, front page of USA Today weekend, it showed in Brazil. They got 220,000 armed soldiers going through Brazil. They call them the Zika police. And then on top of that, they got 46,000 operatives going around and calling and making people aware of this virus with mosquitoes. It is serious stuff. It affects pregnant women. Mike was telling me about that earlier tonight. And
well, Well, it actually affects the fetus.
Right. But what's amazing about this stuff is that it's everywhere. They're finding it in the U.S. They're
Florida.
It's
getting close.
The key to this is, guys, it is March. Wait till it starts warming up. It's going to come right up to Americas. That's the reason every news channel is talking about it.
But that West Nile virus now, and that's going to be making news. That made news several years ago, but it's still here.
Yeah,
it's
on
there.
Top of that. And what's neat about it's a perfect storm for us because look, guys, we have a ready-to-use spray. Now that bad boy right there is deep free, 8 hours of protection. You put it on your child, right? 8 hours protection, 95% repellency, deep free.
Going to the baseball games, just being outside.
Anywhere. Ticks, mosquitoes, chiggers, black flies, no-see-ums, girls here in Pensacola, anywhere in Florida. Those are the things with big teeth you can't see. That right there will work on it. But here's the deal. What makes us different is that we have it in a body wash and laundry detergent.
I've got several customers up back there at Camden that they put it in when their kids go to school, whenever they go outside, they put that on before they go outside.
Well, guys, I'll tell you what we did. Last Thursday, we were in Chicago, right smack in the middle of that blizzard. It took us 18 hours to get there, and 6 of it was coming into Chicago through the blizzard. And one of the things that we saw on the news Thursday morning, this past Thursday morning was a week ago, was there's the Olympic Committee, and Guy, maybe somebody's watching from the Olympic Committee tonight and we can help you. The Olympic Committee was announcing on TV that they're trying to come up with a way to, in lack of a better way, impregnate mosquito repellent in clothing. And we looked at each other, we thought, good Lord.
Laundry.
We got a laundry detergent. We're the only one in the world. And folks, if you're listening to us out there, we're contacting the Olympic Committee. We're contacting everybody to make them aware of this. We're the only ones in the world that has 100% natural, 95% repellency. Folks, look, you can take a bath. Folks, you can wash your clothes.
Yep.
BioShield, 100% natural, deep free, 8 hours. We're the only ones in the world for it. It is the perfect storm for us. You want to protect your family, we got it. You can go to your local sporting goods store. You can go to your hardware store. You can go to your pharmacies and ask for BioShield, 100% natural. You can put it on everybody.
And moving on to another insect though is the tick.
Oh yeah, it works.
The Lyme disease. I mean that's nothing to be played with.
Well, BioShield, guys, works on mosquitoes, ticks, mosquitoes, chiggers, black flies, any kind of biting insect. And the way it works is, this is now, Mike's the pharmacist, but I'm going to give you a redneck version of this. A mosquito, insects produces a compound called what?
Octopamine.
Octopamine. See that word? Octopamine. And basically it's a chemical, and birds don't produce it, fish don't produce it, mammals don't produce it, only insects produces it. And it's a chemical, but what I'm saying is it's sort of like a firing pin in a car, spark plug is popping. And what our stuff does 100% naturally, it blocks it, shuts them down. If that sucker can't fire, they don't fire. And ours blocks and it shuts them down. And 100% natural, you can put it on your children. To prove our point here, we did this a few weeks ago. I'm going to show you this right here. Do you have that to where they can see it up on the screen there? So just to show you, we're not making this stuff up. We're going to read you some stuff right here. The source is WebMD. You can look it up online right there. Go to WebMD. First thing it says,
this is DEET containing products?
Yeah, these are DEET. These are products that contain DEET. And you probably could put permethrin in there as well.
Right, exactly.
Do not apply bug sprays over cuts, wounds, or irritated skin.
Because you don't want it to get in the bloodstream.
That's right. Did we tell you that you can bathe in ours, that we got a...
body wash?
Yeah, you can take it back off there, guys, on the screen. I want to show them as we do it right here. They're telling you do not apply bug sprays over cuts, wounds, and irritated skin. Did we tell you we have a body wash and shampoo? All right. The next one says what?
Use just enough insect repellent to cover the exposed skin and clothing.
Okay.
Don't use too much.
No, because too much is what? Bad. This is bad stuff, so what we want to do is just put just enough, but don't want to put too much on it. It's going to hurt you. Did we tell you we had a body wash and shampoo that you can bathe in? Did we tell you that we have a laundry detergent? Hey, did we tell you we had an all-natural spray you can spray it on your skin? All right, I'm just saying. Next thing says do not use under clothing.
To me, that would mean you can't get it on your skin.
Did we tell you we had a body wash and shampoo? Hey, we're not making this up. We're reading it to you. Did I tell you we have a body wash and shampoo? Did I tell you we have a laundry detergent?
But what gets me, Don, think about it. When are bugs worse? What time of the year are bugs the worst?
Yeah.
When it's warm.
Which means you
Okay, you usually don't have very much clothing on
That's
when
right.
it's warm.
There's
So
a reason for
where's the bug spray going to go?
It's going to
It's probably going to hit your skin.
Avoid putting on too much bug spray. After returning indoors, wash treated skin with soap and water. Now, why would that be?
And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you the reason why is because DEET is absorbed systemically, which means is once it hits the skin, it starts to be absorbed through the skin and gets into the bloodstream. Once it gets into the bloodstream, it goes all the way through your body.
To Mike's point, last week we were at a big show in our industry in Houston, Fort Worth, and we had a show within a show, and it was a 2-hour program. To give you an example, if we took DEET, a DEET product, product, and this show opened and we said, hey guys, welcome to the Rut Hotline. It's 7 o'clock and we sprayed it on our hand. 2 hours. That means by the time the show's over and Mike and I go get something to eat, and old Mike, he has a few beer, okay, 6, and old Mike goes to the girls' room, it's already showing up in his urine. 2 hours. 2. Now that's crazy.
That is.
And that's what Mike's saying is that, and this is the reason they tell you, now we're taking this stuff off of this website. Wash, after returning indoors, wash treated skin with soap and water. Did we tell you we have a body wash and shampoo?
And another thing too is, Don, you pick up some of these DEET containing products, and one will say contains 40% DEET. This one contains 60% DEET. This one contains, 100% DEET, and that's one of the bad. I mean, really bad.
Any of it's bad. I mean, it's bad stuff. They're warning you.
But some people will actually say, well, it's okay to use ones with 20% or less. There's absolutely no way that DEET in any amount is good or okay for you.
It's sort of like, guys, it's the norm. One of the things that you've already seen it, but now if you haven't seen it, start paying attention to the news. Any channel you watch, they're telling you, one of the things they're telling you on all the channels is that pregnant women stay away from the DEET products, because if you're pregnant, that it'll get in your bloodstream, just like we're talking about, and of course the blood's going through the baby, the blood system, and that's the reason they're telling the pregnant women to stay away from it, because they don't want it on the skin. Did I tell you we have a body wash and shampoo? The spray, 100% natural. You can put it on you. All right? So it is the perfect storm for our product. Listen to this, Mike. Do not spray in enclosed areas. That don't sound good, does it? To avoid face, spray on hands first and then rub on the face. Do not spray directly onto the face. Now, we wouldn't recommend you spray ours in your eyes. It probably light you up.
Yeah, it's going to.
But the difference is it's 100% natural.
Right.
You just don't want to spray it in your eyes. Avoid children's eyes and mouth. Use it sparingly around their ears. Around the ears. Did we take you and bathe with ours? I mean, some of this stuff is scary stuff. Do not apply repellent to children's hands. Why would that be?
Because they put their hands in their mouth.
Children are going to put their hands in their mouth. So whatever they did, if we tell you we got a body wash and shampoo, you can wash your whole body. It's a perfect storm for us. The American Academy of Pediatrics and other experts recommend that DEET products not to be used on infants less than 2 months old.
It's because it's going to be absorbed through their skin a lot quicker.
We're 100% natural, DEET-free, 95% repellency lasts 8 hours.
Yeah, so
Pretty neat. Now, if you think, okay, now that source was off of WebMD, Mike. So that's the medical. So let's go see what DEET says. This is let's
the
go,
DEET website.
Let's go to the source of the people that's talking about it. This is the DEET website. Avoid spraying on plastics. Now wait a minute. Listen to this. Avoid spraying on plastics such as watch crystals or eyeglasses frames, rayon, spandex. That's your underwear there. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Other synthetic.
You're gonna be doing something outside in your underwear. I guess.
I'm telling them.
Maybe that's for Don.
Other synthetic fabrics, leather, and painted or varnished surfaces because DEET can damage the surfaces. Dude, is there any reason why they're telling you don't put it on your skin? My God, it eat through stuff.
I'm thinking about you when I'm spending that.
Now then, that's their website. Now then, Illinois Department of Public Health. We just kind of went through. You can go find these stuff, and guys, you can send them in to us and see what you find. See if you can top what we're finding. I mean, it'd be a pretty good little contest going on. All right, permethrin.
Permethrin repellents should never be applied to the skin. That sounds familiar, doesn't it?
They are to be applied to clothing only. So forth.
And you can wash your clothing in hours.
Yeah, I mean, did I tell you we got a body wash and a laundry detergent? When permethrin products are applied to clothing, the spray should be allowed to dry before the clothing is worn. So does that mean you spray it on your clothing before you get up and get dressed?
And then go take a shower?
Or do you spray it on a kid and tie his butt up to the kitchen table to keep him from going outside because it's still wet? Or does that mean if he touches it where you sprayed it when it was wet, that it's now got it on his hands and he's got it in his mouth and eyes? You can't.
But Don,
you can't make this stuff up, folks. Look at this.
But Don, let me. Another important note we need to put in here is 90% of the people do not read warning labels or how to use it. That a lot of times, most of the time they find out by asking somebody, is it okay to use this on my child? And stuff like that. And
Mike knows because they call.
Because they come, they do.
And they call, hey, can I do X, Y, Z?
What can I use?
Yeah. And, guys, America, we've got, we're the most industrialized nation of the world. And you could say advanced nation of the world. But just look at our commercials on medicines. This'll do X, Y, Z. It'll make your hair grow. Meanwhile, it's going to take your left leg off, your right finger off, and your thumb on your left hand off, and yada, yada, yada. It goes on for 2 minutes talking about all the things it could
the bad
cause.
Side effects of it. Mm-hmm.
But, dude, you're going to have hair. So, permethrin works mainly by killing ticks that come in contact with treated clothes. Permethrin is a pesticide, and exposure should be minimized and only used when other measures are not practical or available.
It's almost like we made this up, isn't it?
I mean, did I tell you? Body wash, we got a laundry detergent, body wash and shampoo. Look, folks, it sounds like we're making fun of this. We're not. We're dead serious. There it is. Look at it. 100% natural. Ain't safe for all ages. They say don't, you can. Mm-hmm. They say don't do this, yes you can. But with ours you can, it's 100% natural. Folks, let me show you this right here. Mike, we have a combo. You can go to the website and get it. All three of these is available, and I think this $29.95 is a combo. There it is right there on the screen. You can go to topsecretdiscount.com, go to the bottom of the page, or you can go to the website. BioShield-RX. And you can get this. Now, guys, look, $29.95. It is for the family. Mike, you can't beat that.
Can't.
There it is. You scared about your family? There it is. You can get a
Ticks,
family pack.
Mosquitoes.
It's
chiggers, red bugs.
Guys, it is. When we introduced it 2 years ago, we knew we had something. We had no idea this kind of thing was coming up, but it's the perfect storm for us. And folks, I told somebody on the phone yesterday, Mike, if your house is on fire, we got water.
That's it.
Call us. We can put your fire out. We got water. So it's an amazing thing.
And you know, the thing is, Don, you use this to help something.
Yeah.
But using something like DEEP could lead to something else. It's going to be far more work.
And ours is good. Ours just, it does the treatment without any side effects.
Right.
And the thing is, you can use it. You can bathe, wash your clothes, spray it on you. Protect your family, folks. It's called BioShield. I believe we got a call on the phone.
Boy, we answered Ted's question, didn't we?
We did. We tore his butt up, didn't we? Big Ted, I hope we answered your question there. Oh, no, we didn't. Did we? All righty, you got Don Bell and Big Mike. Who we talking to?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Who we got?
This is Kenneth Anpa.
Big Ken, up Minnesota.
Yeah, not too bad.
What part of Minnesota you in?
I'm in Redwood Falls, Minnesota.
Is it cold up there tonight?
What's that?
I said, is it cold up there?
Yeah, we got a little bit of snow up here. Not much. It's starting to melt.
Well, I got news for you. Last week we were in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
That was ugly.
Oh.
That was unnecessary. And we brought our butt right on back down to the south, just like we went up I-65. We brought our butt back down I-65.
Oh, yeah. It's been in the 30s up over this way for us, so it's going to be like the 50s in the next couple of weeks.
Well, that ain't too bad. We down here trying to avoid rattlesnakes already.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna be trying to go do some shed hunting tomorrow. And
See there, yeah.
Find some sheds out.
Yep. You don't get on them south ridges, aren't you? Where they bedding up, yarding up, aren't you? Yeah, you rascal. You down here, you'd be looking for rattlesnakes.
Oh.
I guarantee
Yeah,
you.
that'd be kind of scary for me to do that.
Yep. Hey, listen, it's a great time to shed. You can get out, keep you from stir crazy, cabin fever. Get out and go looking for sheds.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, it's the recovery period. Now it's time to do that. Big Ken, what kind of question you got for us?
Yeah, my question is here in Lower Minnesota, they say like the average, mature buck is around 3-4 years old. But when I lived up in the UP in Michigan, where I'm originally from, they, a 5-6-year-old deer is more mature. So my question is there a difference between them at all?
No, not really. What you got there, Ken, and when I saw that, I thought that's not hard. That's the difference between about 600,000 hunters and just a few hunters. A mature buck in the upper UP, I mean, you don't have the pressure that you got down below. And so, they get to live longer. You take the state of Pennsylvania, you got 1 million deer hunters, right? The opening day of deer season is the largest standing armed army in the world. The first day of gun season. The average deer there killed, the average deer killed is probably about 1.5 years old. They just don't get, because there's so much pressure, they don't get old.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But what part of the upper UP are you hunting? You hunting upper Michigan?
It would be an up in Ironwood, Michigan area. It'd be like the south, it'd be a little north, it'd be east of Duluth, so it'd be like 2 hours east of Duluth.
Once you get up in the UP, what kind of numbers are we talking about up there, even period, on a year-round basis?
When I used to hunt up there, the average deer was at least close to like 4 or 5 years old. If you got a 6-year-old, that was pretty much, a pretty good deer. But, like here, everybody I've talked to, and when I started hunting down here, they're saying like a 3-year-old is a good mature buck around here. That's an average age, that they see in the body size is about the size, there's a lot of cornfields and, farming down this way too. So I was wondering if that's probably a big reason why they're saying they're more mature at, size-wise at 3 than normally, or?
Well, that could be not only just the pressure, but also management. You know, the more mature the hunting industry gets, the more people go, like we were talking earlier, Mike, about in the springtime, this time of year, you know, managing your property. You let younger bucks go, and then, you know, so you kind of get an average of maybe bucks, but pressure has a lot to do with it. I mean, if you hunted, that's the reason a lot of people in Pennsylvania hunts New York and Ohio. They just pour into Ohio because they got better bucks down there, but they got less hunters, and therefore bucks get bigger. But it's just a pressure game, and that's the reason. The biggest reason is because you just don't have the pressure in the UP that you got down below. But you still got a lot. You still got a lot of hunters in Michigan, just not that many's going up to the UP regarding the lower part.
Yeah.
But man, the UP is gorgeous. But you know, it's wooded.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, where do you live now? You live in Minnesota?
It'd be at southwest Minnesota. It'd be like Redwood Falls area. It's close to like 2 hours from like Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and 2 hours from the Iowa border.
Yeah, you're southwest. You're almost south, a little southwest of the city. The cities.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Minnesota. Listen, this year we did seminars, Mike. Did I tell you about the camel?
You told me you saw a camel.
Listen, I left Alabama, actually Pensacola, went to Mobile, went up. Anyway, I went up through I don't know how many states, I went slap out to Kansas and came back up through Missouri, came into Iowa, went up Iowa, came into I think it was. Did I go into Illinois?
Okay.
Yeah, I went.
Okay.
No, I was going into Black Duck, Minnesota, so I came into Minnesota. Well, I'm coming back, and I come down through it. I bet I ain't seen 2 deer. That's crazy. I hadn't seen 2 deer the whole trip on the road. And I'm thinking, in that many states, I'm thinking, that's unbelievable. I'm coming back through northern Illinois, and I'm on the phone talking to this guy, and I look out in a cut-over cornfield and a damn camel. I'm talking a camel, like a hump, like over in, Saudi Arabia somewhere. Here's this camel walking down side of the road, 2 humps, walking through a cut-over cornfield. And I said, dude, you ain't gonna believe what I'm looking at. I mean,
that's pretty funny.
somebody's missing a camel. So
Yeah.
So but nevertheless, but that's probably what you got up there.
Okay.
But you're in a good part of the world. Hey, you bow hunting?
Yes.
Now I ain't got to tell you. I ain't got to ask. You are using Top Secret, aren't you?
I'm going to try it this year. I just seen it this year on your website when I was looking when I friended your guys' website, and I'm going to buy a couple bottles this year. I'm going to try it out.
Hey, really, it's a game changer. And oxygen, every bottle's from a different deer, and it's oxygen free. It's never seen oxygen. Dark urine says, Mike, if dark urine says Mike was here, clear yellow urine says Mike is here now. Dark urine says he was here, clear yellow urine says he's here now. If you go to the store and you open up, Ken, a bottle of deer urine, what color is it?
It's usually brown.
You bet it's brown. It's ammoniated.
Yeah.
And to prove this point, tomorrow morning, before you go to work, what time you go to work?
Probably about 9, 10 o'clock.
Lord, have mercy.
Man,
You in the bank?
he must be a banker.
You in the banker?
No, I have my father-in-law over at his pig farm.
Okay, all right. Well, you get up when you wake up, get you a clear glass and urinate in it. Set it down outside. It should be a clear yellow. You're the first guy that said okay.
I thought he said, "What's that?"
Ken, listen, I'm serious now. I tell this to every people. I'm sure there's plenty of people do it, and if they don't, you should, because you already know the answers to this, because you know the urine's brown. Tomorrow morning, before you go to work, and everybody listening, do it. Take you a clear glass, urinate in it. All urine voided is sterile. It should be a clear yellow. That's the reason you see nuts on TV drink urine. But what you're seeing, you don't see them drinking it 2 days later.
Just show them that bottle right
Yeah. So what happens is all urine is a clear yellow when it's voided. Human, deer, cat, dog, elephant. Now then, tomorrow morning, clear yellow, right? And if it's not, Ken, tomorrow morning you may want to have it checked. But it should be a clear yellow. All right? Now then,
Yes, sir.
you go to work, come in tomorrow night, check it. It will already start going from a clear yellow to a brown to a dark brown. The only variable to Ken, your urine, is oxygen. From the time it was exposed, from the time you voided this morning till tonight. The darker the urine, the older it is. It tells another animal how long it's been since you've been there. And you're exactly right. See that light bulb go off? Now then, what color is the urine that you buy from the stores? It is a brown.
Yeah.
That's right. And everybody looking, Ken, can you see the screen?
No, not yet, no.
All right,
Yes.
when you look at this, you'll be able to see me holding the bottle up. It is a clear yellow.
Yes.
It's never seen oxygen. But if I were to take the top open and close it, tomorrow it'd be brown. It would look like this one that I'm holding up.
Okay, yeah.
Now then, so you got a choice. You choose Top Secret, which is never seen oxygen. When you open it, that says Mike's here right now, versus Mike was here. Now, if you're gonna go get up in Minnesota and freeze your butt off, you want to tell a buck that you were there or that you're there right now. Common sense?
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah,
Yep.
that'd be a lot better than, like you were saying. I mean, you want to tell them that you're here right now, come get me, fight and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yep, and it's Top Secret does it, and you can go to topsecretdeerscent.com, but you're up there in Minnesota, you'll be able to buy it. You'll be able to get it at Walmart, Bass Pro, Cabela's. You can get it at Dunham's up there. You can get it at Myers. You'll be able to get it just most any of the places, stores up there, your favorite sporting goods store, Dick's, any of those places, Academy, all of those will have it. And man, but when they start putting it out, the latter part of June, first part of July, certainly the 1st of August, dude, I'd start hitting it, because we're doing everything. We're doing everything we can do to provide it. We sponsored 142 television shows this year. That's on the Outdoor Channel, Sportsman's Channel, Pursuit, and Wild TV.
Cool.
So we're telling everybody. So get you some.
And there's such a difference.
I'll definitely go get some and try it out this year.
That's right. Well, listen, we appreciate you calling in, and you stay warm up there and be careful. Send us a picture of the sheds, and
I will do that.
And get you some Top Secret this year and kill your big old buck. Kill the buck that you're getting the shed from there, and call us back.
I will do that.
Hey, tell everybody about Top Secret up there. We appreciate it.
I will do that.
Thank you, Ken. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, thank you guys.
You bet. Bye-bye. Big Mike, guess what time it is?
Is it already time to go?
Mickey Mouse says it's, and Mickey Mouse in the cardboard sign. Hey, open that door, and I want to show the folks real quick. Hand me our clock sign. I just want. Now, folks, I just want to show you, and not everybody do this. We're what you call a high-tech redneck show. Close the show.
And they
Mike.
And they wave it real hard.
Mike, Don, somebody's on the phone. Hey, go to a question and answer. Dude, we're going to a commercial. Hey, folks, appreciate you calling in. We'll see you next Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Hunting the Rut Hotline. Tell your friends about it. We'll see you next week. Crazy, ain't it?